Latin is a very cool classical Indo-European language that I like a lot. It is the most recurring classical language, being in everyday speech either modified or intact. Latin was the language that would evolve into the modern Romance languages, but many words in other languages still have many influences from it due to its relevance. Latin is truly a dead language, which means it is not a native language of any community. However, it is not an extinct language at all. Not only it's a key point in what we speak now, but we see it every day with Latin terms, mottos, placeholder text, and the Super Smash Bros. Brawl theme song, among many other uses. And believe it or not, Latin can be nearly perfectly spoken even nowadays. The script is practically identical to the one used in the language I'm speaking right now, and since many words are very similar or identical nowadays, you could speak a ton of Latin words already. Many can point out Latin is useless because of it being, dead. But I think it is pretty fun, and it helps you instantly understand a lot of languages because of how similar they all are, besides helping you understand things like cases that may not be in your original language but are in many other languages. And on top of all this, of course, it's fun as hell to speak goddamn Latin to someone. Speaking a language that Google Translate brutally chokes with is an absolute flex. In this video, I will try to teach you some basic Latin. If it looks boring, I've miserably failed. So, Latin uses a 23-letter alphabet. While the script is identical to the modern one, there are some letters missing. J is missing because I can work as both a vowel or a consonant. U is missing because V can work as both a vowel or a consonant, although in lowercase it is written rounded. Latin does not have any spirits, accent, or any sort of accentuation, but you may see a straight line on top of some characters. This line indicates the vowel it's on is a long vowel and should be pronounced a little longer, but it is not normally used when writing or even speaking Latin. It's just there to help a few learners sound more naturally or to show how to pronounce the word. Pronunciation is pretty straightforward. The only important differences are that C is pronounced K, Y is pronounced as U because it evolved from Greek ypsilon, and H is mute. To say hello to someone in Latin, you'd say salve or salvete if it's several people. Goodbye is vale or valete for several people. Now, Latin has three genders: masculine, feminine, and neuter. You can know the case and gender of a Latin word by how the word ends. This is called declension, and naturally by the context. Cases indicate the function of the word in the sentence, but for now don't worry about cases, we'll see that later. We'll only work with nominative for the time being, which is the base form of a word and indicates that it works as a subject or as a nominal predicative, and we'll only see the second declension because it is the most common. If this all sounds like gibberish, don't worry, it's just I have to say it so that people who actually speak Latin don't murder me. All you have to know is this: singular us or plural e indicate masculine. Singular a or plural I indicate feminine. Singular or plural a indicate neuter. So for example, let's start with my very name, Luna. Can you tell what gender this word is? It's feminine because it ends with a and it means moon. Or fluvius, which means river. What is it? It's masculine because of us. Or astrum, which means star. It's neuter because of Naturally, if we make all three of these plural, you get fluvii, lunae, and astra. So, if you've ever wondered why the plural of octopus is octopi in English, now you know where that came from. This, of course, applies to anything accompanying the word as well. Big in Latin is magnus, magna, magnum. The big river would be magnus fluvius. Let's jump to the first verb, to be. Ego sum, tu es is ea id est. Ego sum luna. But forget about that, let's focus on the third person for now. If you want to say, the river is big, you'd say, fluvius magnus est. The verb is usually at the end unless you want to emphasize or get creative with hyperbaton. But what if you want to say that there are several rivers and that they are all big? Introducing the brand new plural of est, sunt. Now you can say fluvii magni sunt, and everyone will be happy knowing that the rivers are indeed big, or that they are small. If you want to say the moon is beautiful, because I sure as hell am not. You'd say luna pulchra est. And what if you want to say something negative? The moon is not beautiful at all. Just add non in there. Luna pulchra non est. Fluvius magnus non est. Sed parvus. Salve sum luna. Luna non sum. Sumna luna? If you want to ask a question, put the verb at the beginning and add ne. Est ne fluvius magnus? You can't really say yes or no in Latin, so just repeat the whole thing. Fluvius magnus est. Or fluvius magnus non est. Fluvius est parvus. You got that? Next up are a few important interrogative words you might find useful. These are quid, what, quis or quae, who, ubi, where, unde, from where, or cur, why. Quid est Rhenus? Rhenus fluvius est. Ubi est Rhenus? Rhenus in Germania est. To say and in Latin you say et, same as French. Nilus et Rhenus fluvii sunt. Or you can add que at the end of the last word if you want to be special. Nilus Rhenusque fluvii sunt. To end this, let's learn numbers. Numbers in Latin are very simple. 1 is unus, una, or unum, depending on the gender of the word therewith. 2 is duo, duae, duo. 3 is tres, tres, tria. Unus, bonus, amicus. Duae, lunae, pulchrae. Tres, fluvii, magni. And onwards, they are the same regardless of gender. Quatuor, quinque, sex, septem, octo, novem, decem, undecim, duodecim, and so on. Is this too much information at once? Did you miss anything? I hope this wasn't too much at once. Don't feel overwhelmed if you missed stuff. I went unorthodoxly quickly. I think it's better to leave it for now. Try forming sentences with what you already know. If you like this, let me know and I'll continue in future videos. Gratias Argo.